family came here when I was about 5 years old. I was raised in Marin. I'm now 28 years old. I became homeless at the age of 17. I was sort of in trouble with the law. I was in foster care, and at that moment in my life, I didn't know what to do. I was just in a situation that I didn't want to be in with probation and stuff. At that time, it was my fault for choosing to go to the streets. It wasn't the best decision to make, but it was better than going to jail. And I didn't think jail was the right place for me to be. If they would have given me an option to choose from instead of just putting me in jail and punishing me, I would have chose that. Most likely, that's what I would have done. Even before I became homeless, I've been looking for resources because I was a foster child. And I thought because I got taken away from my mom when I was a young baby, a 5-year-old, I figured they would take care of me the way that my mom couldn't. And I got abused. A lot of things happened to me in foster care. I got moved from home to home. I got placed in mental institutions because I would cry and they didn't know how to deal with it. What I learned so far being homeless on the streets, on the beaches, in areas that you would never imagine is that you can't trust anyone. What I've learned is that you basically have to do it on your own if you're strong enough. But sometimes what I've learned too is that not everybody can get back up when they fall down. Unfortunately, I was taken advantage of and raped, and it was really difficult to want to move on and still get help. Because at that point, like, I tried going to the cops, and the cops told me, if you can find me a drug dealer, we'll find your rapist, and we'll help you. And so now I don't even ask for cops to help me. So that was one of the most difficult times for me in my life of being homeless. And then because I've been homeless, I learned how to use drugs and stuff, and I got involved in them, and it was mainly to protect myself because I didn't want to go to sleep because I was scared of what would happen to me while I slept. So basically, like, sleeping was really hard for me being homeless. I've met people along the way who have had nice homes and families and nice cars and money and everything, and I've seen them lose it in 3 days and lose their mind and one day, and they'll never be the same. One day of my life can ruin somebody who has never experienced what I've experienced forever. They can be ruined forever and never be able to get the courage or the strength or the help to get back on their feet. I've always wanted to own my own home. I've always wanted to open up my own business. I've always wanted to have my own dark room for photography. I've always wanted to record music. I have so many dreams that I always wanted to accomplish that I never, like, a couple months ago, I felt like I never could succeed and make those. A lot of good things have been happening while I'm on the team. I'm being encouraged to go after my dreams, to achieve my goals, things that I thought I would never be able to do because of my experience of being a homeless on the streets. What I really like about it is that it's not about getting paid for me. It's actually about the support that I get while I'm on the team. Our daily activities include cleaning the streets. We pick up trash. We pick up cigarette butts mainly. Actually, the downtown street team does offer gift cards to whatever store you would like. There's many benefits. Everyone who's joined so far, it's been just a great turnaround. People are starting to slow down on drugs and alcohol. I've already seen such a big change in the community. The streets are so much cleaner now, and it's just been amazing. It's a lot of things are happening for us. A lot of respect is being shown from the public, from people in the community who usually give us dirty looks. We're getting so many thank yous. It's just really great, and I just want to say thank you so much for coming to Marin County. Downtown Street Team has given me a second chance to get back into the work field, to go back to school, to change my life, and to become who I want to be. If anyone out there who is homeless or has a criminal background and is really serious about changing their life and wants help and a really good support group, Downtown Street Team is the place to be.
Until hell freezes over.
And everybody I knew 25 years ago is gone. You know, nobody left here, so I was kind of stuck on the street. Went to the church, found out about, you know, the park. Came, set up a little tent. I thought, well, this I can do, you know, as long as I get somewhere that I can cook a meal at the end of the day. You know, from going to and from doctors or Cornerstone or, you know, back and forth. And, you know, my stuff, because I can't drag all this stuff around. I'm not going to push a shopping cart and look more homeless, because your average blue-collar man that's got a job, has a house, has a car, PTA, soccer mom, soccer dad, they all look at the homeless as, oh, they're going to catch something. They look at the homeless like they're better than us. And I made $70 an hour. I wasn't better than them, and they're not better than me. Just a bad turn of events that snowballed into this.
Living in a tent.
Living in a tent. Trying to get doctors to fix my feet and get this, you know, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to draw off of the system forever. I want to work. I want to go to work and come home tired at the end of the day and have a meal and watch TV.
Like normal people.
Like normal. What's normal? I'm more normal than some of them fools out there. But, you know, bad turn of events brought me here, and I had to, you know, you just make do with what you have. You know, you cannot, there's, you know, LAPD and rangers out here, you cannot just push a shopping cart through town wondering where you're going to go to the bathroom, because nobody will let you use their bathrooms. You can't use a Jack in the Box or McDonald's bathroom unless everything's locked, unless you bought food there.
Right.
So what do? You take to the sidewalk, you take to the street, you take to a bucket. I can't walk, you know, push a shopping cart. I have to be somewhere where I'm private.
How are the police out here?
The rangers, you know, the rangers are pretty much, they're okay, because it's their job to put cite 24-hour notice. It's not legal to be camped here. It's illegal to, you know, have a fire pit, but you have to cook food. So where's the humanity in that? You know, I mean, they're pretty much okay. You know, they don't like doing this, and I was told by one or two of them that, you know what, we don't like this, but we have to do this, our job. Or I've had one or two come in and say, you know what, clean it up. But I don't have to clean it up. My place is clean.
Yeah.
You know, how would you feel if you were homeless and your place is a mess?
Yeah.
You got shopping carts everywhere, for a man in uniform to come tell a grown person, clean up your shit.
Yeah.
Clean up your mess.
Yeah.
You can't have it like this. You know what? If we didn't blatantly, if they, not me, I'm sorry, my place is clean, blatantly throw liquor bottles all over the place, and you know, I can't look into the camera, because you know what?
I got
because
it.
I'm very, you know.
Yeah, it's fine.
But if they don't blatantly do their dope in front of, you know, people that are jogging, you know, up and down and with their kids on the weekends, and blatantly throw liquor bottles and, you know, cussing and yelling this back, you know, they'd have a little bit more empathy. The police, LAPD, and the rangers would have a little bit more empathy on being homeless,
Right.
because we're not all
You're not here by choice.
I'm not here by choice. A lot of people are. They'd rather be here so they can spend most of their money on everything else but rent. For myself, I'd rather pay rent than live in a tent.
Yeah.
And no matter where I live, I will keep it clean as I can. I will not blatantly, in front of, at the orange line where we're charging our phone, blatantly be drinking and just, making homeless people look bad.
Yeah.
And homeless people like that give homeless people like me a bad name.
Yeah. And they're just surviving.
And they're surviving. That's all.
It's people use
surviving,
drugs to cope with trauma and homelessness.
And I can see that running into a snowball effect because it happened to me.
Yeah.
With heroin. I've been clean from heroin 29 years, but I can recall back when I was 20.
Yeah.
It snowballed into an effect that I just don't give a shit.
And congratulations on 29.
Thank you.
That's no easy feat.
No.
What would you want people to know about homelessness that they probably don't know?
People, your soccer moms and soccer dads and the PTA, those kind of people, we are not any less of a person than you are. You're not any more than we are. We're all the same. We put our pants on the same way. It's one paycheck away from being homeless, and that's all it takes. And then once you're here, it's like, oh, well, I might as well get high tonight because, it can't get any worse than this. And then that'll snowball. And everything snowballs into, where you're carrying around your sleeping bag on your shoulders. I never thought that I'd be homeless. I saw my mom. I told my mom, I said, Mommy, that old man, I was 10 years old, Mommy, that old man picked something off the ground and he lit it, stuck it in his mouth, and he was smiling and he lit it, and I think it was a cigarette. She says, well, honey, it must have been his brand. That's why he was smiling. 45 years later, I found myself looking on the ground for cigarette butts. And sure enough, I found one and I was smiling. I wiped off the filter a little bit and I lit it and I was smiling because it was my brand.
Yeah.
So,
my first job here, my car broke down and I had to take the bus. And first time taking a bus in a big city. And a homeless guy got on with a bucket of fish. And the seat only, everybody started putting their bags so the homeless guy wouldn't sit next to him. And I'm not like that, right? So he sat next to me, and it was a horrible experience. I didn't ride the bus again until I became that homeless man. And I remember I had to get on the bus and walking down as a homeless man, and everybody was putting something next to the seat
you didn't sit next
so
to
I wouldn't sit next to him. It's funny how life changes like that.
Yeah, you know what? It could change you in an instant. You don't have money to pay rent. That's all it takes is money to pay rent, whether you're collecting from the government or you're working for, if that's gone, then what are you going to do? You are going to try to survive. We're all human. We are all a domesticated animal, not used to the bitter elements. So what do? You build a lean-to, you build a tent, you get a tarp, you get cardboards, anything to keep yourself warm at night.
Make a security gate.
Now I went a little farther, and I have to because I'm 60 now, and I cannot be in a little, cardboard box. I can't do it because then I might as well just start getting high at night and just, or every day and all day. Might as well just start doing that because what do I have left? So I felt positive about tomorrow. The next day, I do the same thing again. I have to get 5 gallons. You know what? We work harder. Homeless people work harder than anybody with an 8-hour job. Because when we get up in the morning, we are trying to decide what we're going to have to eat for that day or just that day at all. Water, where we're going to go to the bathroom. We work harder than anybody with an 8-hour job.
Yeah.
Absolutely do.
How far do you have to walk for water?
About a mile.
Each way?
Yeah. I guess it's about a mile from where I am. With 5 gallons, if I don't have a cart to put it on and pull it up the hill, then I get to the orange line and wait. Hopefully I have cigarettes to trade. Can you bring this up the hill for me?
And there's no days off.
No.
That's what people
No.
don't
8
understand. There's
days
no
a week.
vacation days. There's
No.
no personal leave.
No, no,
So
not at all. We do it every day. Every morning you wake up. You know, I myself do my chores. I've always have. And, or you look for the next bag of dope.
right.
To be honest with you, I'm not in that plane anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah,
So let's talk about something a little nicer, lighter. I met you on a movie set. A movie that's going to be about your life.
that's crazy. I didn't think it
How
was
do
that-
you feel about that?
I didn't think my life was that interesting. What I not now, it's not interesting, but evidently they seem to think it is, because of everything that I did before becoming homeless. Can't do it now, but to them it was interesting because it's going to be a short film.
A virtual
About
reality,
virtual
actually.
reality where you put your headset on, you go into my tent, you get personal with me, so that soccer mom and soccer dad look at it and go, wow, this person really had a life before and now it's torn away. These LAPD, they're just wicked. They're mean and they're nasty. I got my campsite over here, just 2 clicks away, torn away by an LAPD officer that came in, and I was out. I ran out, and I said, "Wait a minute, I got my pills over there for my stomach, and my jacket, and my cane." So I went back in, and I was telling him, he's cutting into my tent with this evil, vindictive, almost
so sorry.
sinister way that he's cutting into it. But wait, the door's open. You're here to push us out, not pillage through my personal belongings. This is my home, HOME. You have to have a warrant in anybody's home. You have to have a warrant to go in and search there. I don't give a shit if I'm here illegally or not. It's still a home, HOME. It's still my home. So he had everything spruiled out, and this is what the beginning of this film I did is about. About we are human beings.
Yep.
We are a domesticated animal. We have a right to do things in private, to go to the bathroom in private, to lay our heads somewhere,
Have
warm,
some dignity.
and to have some dignity. These guys don't give a shit. They come in and rip your tents up. Oh, now where are we gonna go? On the sidewalk where we have to lower we have to move because people with their businesses don't, and a stray dog. You can see a stray dog with a limp and his hair matted walking down the sidewalk in Van Nuys, and have the store person come out and give that dog a fresh, clean pan of water. But we ask for water for our cup, we don't get it.
Wow.
And they will give that stray dog pan of water. Where's your humanity? This is a bird sanctuary. We're at this park. It's a bird sanctuary. They got a sanctuary for birds, because who knows if that's their last of the species.
Yeah.
Who knows if I'm the last of my species.
Yeah. Well, you're soon to be in housing,
Yes.
thanks to LA Family Housing.
LA Family Housing.
And thank you for Eric,
Eric,
who introduced us, and Rose.
Yes, and Rose.
So my favorite part on the set was, like, Emily was just here.
Yes.
And she was the producer.